But it is impossible to say who, if anyone, will be successful. The Laginer brothers and the government would both have legitimate claims to at least some share of the treasure, making them the obvious choices as at least two of the recipients. However, it is impossible to predict if such a situation would ever arise. The team of researchers in The Curse of Oak Island is shocked by a stunning revelation. In episode 4 of season 11, the group drills further in an attempt to locate the treasure. The Oak Island team continues their quest near the money pit, investigating a misplaced tunnel. Their latest discoveries raise questions about whether they will finally identify the lost treasure or require further attempts. Utilizing contemporary technologies, the crew resumes their work with additional sources for consultation. As they progress, Alex declares the drilling operation at D5, noting that the tunnel might contain significant metallic substances. Examination of its contents suggests a western orientation toward the baby blob. After making a series of incisions and drilling 53 feet into the target, the apparatus extracts an enigmatic discovery encased in damp, soft subterranean soil. Prior research indicates that this type of soil typically signifies proximity to a tunnel. Meanwhile, a team member convenes a meeting in the war room with a Dumas contracting lead representative to discuss recent developments. The company's new information prompts the team to resume their work after suspending a task. Eventually, drilling and excavation regulations are sanctioned by Nova Scotia's Ministry of Labour, allowing Dumas Construction to deepen the garden shaft. With confirmation in place, the team accelerates their observation and analysis of key marked areas before major operations. Metal detector specialists Gary Drayton and Peter Fornetti investigate the shoreline of Lot 5, searching for iron historical artifacts and other treasures. They flag potential regions and identify a site where ships once rested. Surprisingly, additional indications of past activities surface. Since Oak Island's treasure has drawn exploration and public interest since its discovery in 1795, it is possible that clandestine activities such as the bearing of lead barter tokens, 2,000-year-old Roman coins, and Smith's Cove's lead cross are linked to past events. A granite slab erected at the center of Lot 5 appears to enclose something beneath the surface. Additionally, near the shoreline, a circular depression from the late 1600s resembles the garden shaft. Upon investigating the flagged regions, the metal detectors confirm the presence of metal beneath the ground. Excavation uncovers a cribbing spike, a key component in Oak Island's construction. Another location yields the handle of a snipping instrument reminiscent of the 1970 discovery of hand-forged Spanish iron scissors by Den Blankenship. Both artifacts are carefully bagged. Approximately 50 feet from the shore, archaeologists excavate a rectangular depression associated with the garden shaft. Helen notes its rarity, marking her first time addressing such a feature in her career. The foundation's deep burial suggests an intentional effort to conceal it. Jack assists in sifting through the excavated soil while drilling continues 100 feet into the money pit region. A pivotal revelation emerges in D5 N27, where evidence suggests the presence of an additional structure extending eastward. The newly discovered tunnels appear more robust and closer to the surface than initially anticipated. At 101 to 95 feet into the drilling process, the machine extracts a large mass of moist soil containing scattered materials and wood, confirming a second tunnel east of the garden shaft. The team would have made further discoveries, but their time has run out. The Dumas Contracting and Irving Contracting lead teams then step in with heavy machinery, including 100-ton cranes and a 3-ton hammer grab tool. While the companies begin assembly, Alex and his team explore a new borehole east of the garden shaft, designated C5N27, to investigate the recently discovered tunnel, estimated to be 7.5 feet in diameter and over 100 feet deep. The new drilling operation aims to construct a robust conduit beneath the garden shaft. Due to time constraints and safety measures, certain areas are off-limits for observation and analysis. While construction progresses, some team members hope to examine recently unearthed artifacts at Oak Island's Interpretive Center. Blacksmithing expert Carmen Legg confirms that a snipping implement is indeed a broken pair of scissors. The circular depression on Lot 5 and the scissors both date back to the same period, suggesting a potential link. Further excavation uncovers ceramic and pearlware fragments from the mid-1700s, some of which Helen identifies as belonging to a porcelain teapot. These ceramics seem to have been buried before Oak Island's discovery, complicating efforts to trace their origins. Historical records indicate that Charles Morris petitioned Oak Island into 4 acres in 1762 for exploration, yet the rectangular depression predates both the island segmentation and the discovery of the money pit. By the afternoon, the eastern borehole C5N27 has reached several feet beneath the surface. The drilling crew, working at a depth of 93 feet, anticipates another discovery. However, time runs out before further progress can be made. Just before their session ends, an extraordinary event occurs. The drill unexpectedly descends to 104 feet, revealing that the underlying soil is extremely fragile and disturbed. At 111 feet, they discover a wood-filled core confirming the presence of a tunnel. The lower portion of the wood is in excellent condition, and its irregular pattern suggests it had been crafted by hand rather than modern machinery. The axe cuts are comparable to those used in the 1800s, indicating the tunnel might have been constructed by secret depositors or searchers before 1795. The drilling operation also unearths moist soil, fiberwood fragments, and debris. Terry theorizes that the smoother timber beam was part of the tunnel's roof, while the softer fibers formed its floor. Dumas Contracting is prepared to commence work around the garden shaft, beginning with dewatering before expanding the borehole by an additional 20 feet. Further exploration is anticipated as the drilling and construction processes continue. The episode concludes on a melancholy note. Time has run out, limiting discoveries for now. However, the findings from the C5N27 borehole, metal detector team, and archaeologists will undoubtedly prove invaluable for the ongoing treasure hunt.